it might work. Sorry about that. So, good evening and welcome to the last Christmas Crafting with Christmas Joy collection. What a fabulous week have we had. Wow. Actually, absolutely amazing. So I want to say a huge thank you to the design team, especially to Philippa, who arranged everything and did all the beautiful images so that you could find everything easily. And I have loaded everything onto YouTube, so if you want to go and find any of the videos, it's really easy on there. You just go to on YouTube, if you just search Julie Hickey Designs, it will come up, and there is a video playlist that is just for Christmas Crafting with Christmas Joy 2003 collection. So yeah, but I want to say a big thank you as well to Jo Street, who did her first on the side video last Saturday, but we'll be upright normally in future. And to Tracy, who was on Monday with those fabulous wallets, which I still haven't had time to make, but I am going to make one or some. And to Philippa, who did the beautiful pop-up box, pop-up cube card, sorry. And then to Hazel, who made that lovely tag card, and Jo copied it for her mum's birthday, which was just absolutely stunning. And then last night for Jo Shannon, who was absolutely brilliant for her first live as well, and with a help from Mark. So yeah, so well done, Jo. It was lovely, and your card was beautiful. And also to Marion, who did a fabulous YouTube video for us with 4 different card ideas. So if you haven't checked it out, you have to go to Marion's YouTube channel for that one. I don't think I can put it up on my YouTube channel because it's on hers, but I'm going to speak to her. But there is a link on the page to it anyway. Yeah, all the design team have been so supportive of each other. It's been absolutely lovely, and just can't wait to see you starting to do your makes. So your versions of our card ideas, if you like. So today I had a lovely play and gone from 1 card to making 8 cards. I'm not making 8 cards, Donna. I'm only making 1 card. But I will show you how you can easily make 8 cards. And that is just a little joke with Donna, okay? Because every time, if I make 1 card, she says 2 cards would be nice. If I make 2 cards, 3 cards would be nice. So, and I can see all these comments whizzing up. So thank you so much. I will sit and have a read afterwards. I will go, if there's any questions, I know Philippa's watching, I know Tracy's watching, Jo Shannon's watching. I don't know if Hazel's come on, I haven't seen. They've been whizzing up a bit too quick. But thank you so much to everybody for joining us. But so there's lots of people here who will be able to answer questions if you've got any. If not, I will read them through afterwards anyway. Yeah, but I think it's been a fabulous week. I hope you've all enjoyed it as much as we have. And it's actually going to continue next week, not with I better let the design team know. No, not with you doing everything, the design team. But next week I decided we haven't had a really nice, good, slow look through the sample cards. And I have 2 basketfuls of them. It was quite it was quite a quick flick through because I had so many when we did the launch last Thursday. So I thought next week we will have a look through the sample cards, probably split it up into a couple of evenings, and I will do some giveaways as well next week. So details to follow. As soon as I've worked out which day, I will let you know. But yeah, it's been great. It's been great. You've got to do it all again. Yeah, well, we will. I just got to convince Jo Street and Jo Shannon that you need to do regulars. So, oh, excellent. Philippa's going to be using some on Technique Tuesday. Fantastic. And I don't know if it's Tracy's turn on Monday or if it's Monday off. Anyway, once I've sorted it all out, I will post when I'm going to be doing it so that you all know. So I'm going to flip the camera and I'm going to talk through what fun I had today, which turned from one card. And no, Donna, I'm not doing 9 cards. Bear with me while I flip the camera. Okay, let's bring this over and aim my light down a little bit more. Okay, so it all started, let me move my chair out of the way, because I'm standing at my desk. In fact, I'm just going to come up a smidgen, I think. Bear with me. Oh, how good's that? I love it. Okay, so it started off with this one card, which I really enjoyed making, and I just stamped it in black, coloured it with an ink pad and a water brush, made an inky background. I did add a little bit of gold to it. So it's quite a quick and easy card to make, you know, for a simple Christmas card if you want, rather than the more intricate ones that you might do for, this is going to sound terrible, the ones that you might send to special people, but you might send this one just to anyone. You know what I mean. You have to have some fancy ones, but it's also really good just to have some that you can, you know, batch make really quickly, so you've got lots. That sounded terrible. So you can send this card to people that you don't really like. Sorry, I shouldn't be like that, should I? Don't really. Anyway, this one's really nice and easy if you've got lots to make. If I get lots like this, I'll know, won't I now? And how can I send it to anybody now? Oh. I thought I'd made the design team's Christmas cards. Oh well, never mind. That's one for the neighbours, yeah, probably. So I've used my bauble stamp. I use this one, but you could use any of the bauble stamps for this card, to be honest. I use Festive Berries for this one, but I have 8 other cards, Donna, to share with you. And I didn't on this one, I used black ink pad, but I'm going to use my embossing pad, and I'm going to use gold or silver tonight, and you'll know why in a minute. So I'm going to move my stamps out of the way. Oh, and I've got a bit of ribbon as well, and I'm going to move my ink pad and my embossing powders and everything. So these are the other cards that I made today. So I used the gold, and oh my goodness, polished gold and polished silver now comes super fine. So how amazing is that? Mark the top super fine, so that I know that this is the super fine version. Oh, I bet you're all saying about the no, do you know what? I'm trying to think, Lynn and Wendy, what I can call an evening where I do craft and have a gin and tonic. I thought I could work my way round all my gin and tonics that I have, all my gins that I have, and we could have a different flavour for each week. I don't know if it's a good idea or a bad idea at the minute. I don't know. I think it's a great idea, but there you go. Okay, I wish I could read the comments and talk, but I can't do that. So I'm going to concentrate on the demo, and then I'll go back and read the comments. So I did 4 with superfine gold and 4 with superfine the silver. So I did a blue and gold just for something a bit different. Did little gold splats in the back of my inky background as well, and coloured this one. This was prize ribbon, which I coloured this one with, but I did do it with the gold. Isn't that, look at that, isn't it gorgeous? That heat embossing, absolutely beautiful. I do love polished silver and polished gold. Okay, so then I did, this is a Festive Berries one. So I used Festive, oh, you can't see them there. Look, let me put it there. Because I brought my camera, I brought my table up. Is that better? Let's see if that's a little bit better. Okay, so this one is with Festive Berries. Again, I've used the gold. So I've used polished gold with this one. Yeah, I'm not sure if my cards would be straight either. Anyway, we'll see. Then this one is Barn Door. So I tried out all the different colours and finding whether you like Festive Berries, whether you think Barn Door is a bit more of a Christmassy red. Again, I did the splats in the background, and I'm going to show you how I achieved it so quickly. This one is a bit of picked raspberry and a bit of Barn Door and a bit of Festive Berries, because I actually coloured this one with my clean colour, and then I thought, how am I going to do the background? So, oh, I like Gin Along. That's great. I like that. Sorry, I just saw that pop up. Yes, so I thought, how am I going to colour the background? So I started colouring everything else in with the oxides, because then I know the colour is the right colour. So that was those ones. And then for the silver ones, I'll put them like that, and then that hides the horrible light. Okay, so for the silver ones, I used picked raspberry first of all, and I do like to just tuck my tails of my ribbon behind my bauble, because that's where all the detail is. But look at that polished silver. So that was picked raspberry, and then under here now, this one is Kitsch Flamingo, because I thought I haven't used Kitsch Flamingo for so long, but my pad is really quite dry, so I think I might need a new one. But how lovely does that look? Such a pretty pink. And these ones I actually spritzed with my Eyes Ink. So I use the Eyes Ink Gold, but any gold spray will do. You don't have to have the Eyes Ink one. And then on the silvery ones, I used whatever that says, nacre, whatever that means. Doesn't that mean mother of pearl? Do I remember rightly? Somebody told me once. Is Ruth watching? Because I think it was Ruth that told me last time. But I'm not sure if you can see it on the purple one better, but it's actually on here and it's a bit iridescent. It's lovely. So that was Kitsch Flamingo. Then I did Wilted Violet, because yeah, I love purple. And then so it's here. So can you see that iridescent? It is mother of pearl. How good is that? I remembered. But it's really pretty. When you see it in real life, it is really lovely. Actually, I just thought I could give these cards away as a giveaway, couldn't I? As they're so, you know. What was I like, honestly? Okay, and then the last one was Prize Ribbon again. So the lovely, I thought this was a really nice blue, really nice. And it's picked it up quite well in this one. It's really pretty. So I made a set. I made 8 cards this morning. Just this morning. It was pretty quick and pretty easy. So I'm only going to make one tonight. Sorry, Donna. But I'm going to show you how you can create 4 really easily. So bear with me. Let's move those out of the way. And I have a 6x4 card blank. So this was actually a pre-scored card that I had. I have a spare piece of card which I'm going to show you how to do your baubles, and then I have a piece cut down that I am going to ink up and make my inky background from. So we will do our inky background first. Move my cards out of the way. I'm going to move the camera slightly because I want you to be able to see this mat a bit more. I'd make sure I do it over this side. Okay, so we'll do a purple one. So I'm going to put a little bit of ink down on my mat. You don't need too much because you know I'm going to not use all of it. But you need to do it on a craft sheet because this is how it beads up nicely, as opposed to if you do it on the glass mat, it just pulls and it doesn't give you that really nice inky background look. So I'm going to spritz a bit of water. I have a piece of acetate, and I had a nice little piece. No, that's back of glosses. Okay, I have a clean piece of acetate, which is from a pack of stamps. So I'm going to pick up some of the ink. So it's now on the acetate and it beads up lovely. And I'm just going to place this down on my card, and I'm going to trail it up and trail it down. Now you can do it just so it's looking like a bauble shape. You can have it all over your card. I really wanted to have it sort of coming across. I liked what Hazel did the other night where she came across her card. And then all these little pieces that you've got on here, if you just touch those down gently onto your card, you'll get them as little dots. So I'm happy with that. I've got all this ink left and I can't leave that. Bear with me a minute. I need to get another piece of card. I can't waste all that ink. Okay, so I can pick up another piece. We can pop it down. And I'm literally just touching down. You can be a bit firmer if you want bigger splats. If you want it all over, you can do it all over. There's no rhyme or reason or right or wrong. I could put a little bit of blue with this in the background. Okay, so I will pop that to one side. So that's for another day. That can go on my windowsill and dry. So now I'm going to spritz this and my acetate sheet and get my cloth and mop all of that up so everything is clean, and wipe my acetate clean so it can go back ready for next time. Okay, now I'm going to splat this as well, and I think I'm going to go purple and gold. Let's go really regal. Okay, my computer keeps telling me that my video's finished. I hope it hasn't. No, you're all still there. Good. Okay, let me just get it all back again. Sorry if you can hear me talking when I do this. It hasn't. Yeah. Okay, so when you mix this up, you shake it from side to side because you're trying to get the ball bearing to sort out all the mica that's at the bottom. Silly question, what is a craft sheet? It's not a silly question at all. This is a silicone mat that comes with the glass mat, and it's self-adhesive, it sticks to it, but because mine's old and been washed and what have you, I've taped mine down. We did do this at the Art of Crafts, you're right, Ruth, when we used mother of pearl, do you remember? And you taught me it was mother of pearl, and I remembered. Okay, so I'm now going to take the spray out. I don't use it as a spray. I'm going to take it out and I'm literally going to tap with my pokey tool to get some splats. I'll probably get it all over the other card as well. You don't want too many, you just want a little bit of gold so you've got a bit of a contrast. Okay, let's pop that back. Let's give my pokey tool a wipe because it gets the gold on it. And also, I noticed I didn't wipe my mat from earlier. Okay, so I'm going to blast this to dry this. You can leave it to dry naturally, whatever you want to do. You do need to dry from underneath as well as from the top so that you get your card to go flat again. But I did put all of mine under my stamping press and a tin of inks while I was wanting the glue to dry. And you'll all be pleased to know that I used cardboard on when I put my cards together. I haven't got another piece. I might have a bit in the bin actually. But yeah, I found some really nice cardboard and I cut it all up and I mounted them all with cardboard, so they were all supported all the way over, which the whole back of the card, which just gives you a much nicer finish. Okay, so I'm happy, going to have it that way up, that that's dry enough while I do everything else. Okay, so in my stamping press, I am going to take my word out because I've forgotten I've got that in there. So I'm going to use the same stamp. I have a piece of card, and this is Hazel's All-Purpose. I'm just going to put my magnet up in the corner, and I'm going to position my stamp in one corner, and I'm going to take my anti-static bag and make sure I wipe all over, because I'm going to stamp this 4 times before I put my embossing powder on it. So nice lot of ink, and then stamp that out, not too hard, just fairy fingers, and then I'm going to carefully pick this up, just touch the edges and turn it around. So now my embossed one is down in this bottom corner, and I've already wiped my card with my anti-static bag, so I know I can ink this one up and stamp this one out in the top corner. So now I'm going to clean my stamp, because you can't just lift your stamp up and move it to somewhere else in your press, because it's going to be covered in ink and you're bound to touch it down somewhere where you don't want it to be, and then you'll have ink on your card. So pop it down, pick it up, ink it up, nice lot of ink again, stamp it down. So now we've got 1, 2 and 3, and then we're going to pick our piece of card up again just on the edge, whiz it round, pop the magnet just in that top corner, re-ink and stamp it out again. And now, still only touching the edges of my piece of card, I will bring in my spare bit of card. I'm going to bring in the gold, polished gold, super fine. If you haven't got these, or you need them, because something like this, which is so detailed, and all those beautiful sentiments as well, the super fine will be so good for the sentiments. You'll get such lovely results. Okay, so just tap in the back, any excess light up in that corner. I'm going to cut them out so it doesn't matter too much. But I've now got 4 that I've stamped out that I will heat emboss all at the same time. So I've made 4 baubles in one go. So it's a really good card and easy to batch make. So pop that away for a minute. I'm going to get my super brush out and just get rid of any powder. Then I can bring these back in, get my heat tool, and I will have to do these from the top because the camera is too close with the desk up. Okay. So heating this up, working systematically round, making sure you don't miss any bits, moving your hand if it gets too hot. I hope you're seeing this, I am trying. Turn that one around. Okay, I just saw somebody saying something about the sentiments. Was it that you were using it Yes, the difference, honestly, it is really amazing. Okay, so these are my 4 baubles ready. These need to be coloured, but I'm only going to colour one in. But I'm going to use a little bit of Distressed Oxide, and we went with the purple. So I've got a bit of purple and my water brush, and I'm just going to put a bit of colour down in the petals. You can do as little or as much detail and colouring for these as you want. This is the bit for me that I really enjoy. So colouring is definitely my thing. So I like to get a base layer down first of all, and then I can go back in and add a bit more detail to the petals, make them a bit darker, but just get that one bit of colour down first. And I tend to do, I didn't do the leaves first, I've just realised. I think because on here the flower is much more the bigger, the focal point. But yeah, I normally do the leaves first. But maybe it's just, I just love this stamp so much. I can't believe I did draw it, but I can't believe that I drew that. And it just came out perfect first go, which doesn't always happen. And it's really easy to make them the bauble shape. I'm trying to remember if that bit is, yeah, that is a petal. Even though the edges of the baubles aren't done, it's not difficult just to follow that round and create that lovely shape. So I find it helps just to get that colour down. Then you know where the petals are on your flower as well. And then you can come back in and we can add those details on the petals. And like I say, now it's like you can do as little or as much as you want. But it's just whatever you enjoy doing for colouring. That's how I feel about it anyway. Like this one's a bit darker over here. We can get some of that off if you want to. If you feel that's too dark. So just keep going over it with the wet paintbrush, and if you get a bit of kitchen roll and just dab it, it will lift the colour for you. So where I went a little bit heavy-handed, I can lift that off a little bit and just put a little bit of detail back in now. And you can soften it as well if you just keep going over with your paintbrush. Okay, so now I need some green, and I know I had it out. There we go. So I've got Mowed Lawn. Need the tiniest little bit because I need to do the top because I'm only doing one card, Donna. So I do only need the tiniest little bit really. Okay, so again, I'm just going to pop the green down first of all. God, the light is really funny on the embossing. I'm having to like lean well back so I can see it. I'm sure there's a leaf down there as well. Well, there is now. Okay, so then I can come back in, and I like to put a bit more of the colour at the base of my leaves. Okay, so I am going to do the centres. I did them with a gold pen, but I think I'm just going to do them with, because I didn't emboss them before. No, that looks lovely. Okay, so let's get rid of that ink, so we don't need that anymore. Terrible waste when I could have coloured all those cards in, couldn't I? Okay, so I'm going to let that dry a little bit actually, and I'm going to do my sentiment on my card. So let's move the out of the way. Okay, so we can take our bauble out, and I used the lovely Wishing You a Peaceful Christmas on. I absolutely love this. I love that font. I think you might be seeing a bit more of that font. Okay, so I'm going to place this down. I want to know roughly that my bauble is going to go here, so that's fine. And we'll have that down towards the bottom. I want my magnet quite near the bottom because my piece of card isn't very flat where it's been wet and everything. If I was doing these just as I wanted to, I would leave this probably to maybe do all your backgrounds one day and leave them to dry overnight underneath your die cutting machine, and then they're going to be lovely and flat, ready to be glued on and also ready to be embossed then. So happy with that. Stamp it out. Now, because I'm going over the top of ink and the gold spray, I like to, I don't know why, but I do 2 lots of embossing. I don't really know why, but I do. So with my gold. And now when I put my powder on, I only put it roughly where I think my sentiment is, because I don't want to be putting it all over the card because you run the risk then of it sticking where you don't want it. So I think that is everything covered. Okay, let's heat this up. Let my heat tool warm up first of all. I should have put my powder away first. But don't worry, it won't emboss from here. Okay, so you will get a much nicer, smoother finish from heating underneath. Like I said, I'm too close to the camera now. Now, if when you do your backgrounds, you feel that your sentiment gets a little lost in your background. I mean, I don't. I think that looks absolutely fine, and because it's embossed, it does stand out. But what you could do, and what I was going to do first of all, was I was going to do it on vellum and tear a piece of vellum and wrap it round before I put them on my cards, and that way they would be embossed on the vellum, so you could just do loads, put a sheet in your press and just keep stamping and embossing them, and then you could just wrap them around. So that would be another way to just to lift them off the card a little bit. I could have done it up the other end and it would have been clearer, but I like it. I'm fine. So I'm going to cut just my bauble off, and I will keep those and colour those. So I'll have another four cards to send to people who, you know, don't matter. God, I got that out terribly, didn't I? I can't believe I said that. What I meant was that this is a nice easy card to make if you have lots to make. I'm still not going to make it sound very good. Anyway, never mind. I'm sure the design team won't mind getting one. They know how special they are. Okay, so I cut it out. I leave a little border around the edge, which I'm happy with. Let me go rummaging. Right, I haven't got a perfect size. Actually, I've got another bit though, haven't I? Here we go. Right, so I cut my piece down to just under 9 centimetres. And if I cut this bit, so it's just under 9 centimetres, and I cut it in the guillotine. I cut it roughly with a craft knife to start with, and then I cut it in the guillotine, and it's absolutely fine. It doesn't crush particularly. So then I do put the glue onto the back of my cardboard because it isn't as big as my piece on my card, so I want to make sure the glue is in the right place, and place that down so I've got a border all the way around. Make sure that's got room for that piece. I am Brian, aren't I? I should stop digging. Anybody would be more than happy to get one. It's a really special card. Okay, so then I'm going to put some glue on these ones. Well, what I could say is I'll send them to all my family because they don't watch my videos. Oh, you'd love the purple one. All right, Joe, the purple one's yours. Okay, so I've got my cardboard on there now, and what it does is it just means that all of your work is supported when you put this on your card, and it just works beautifully. So I'm going to put glue all on the back here, and then I have placed that down on my card. Now this is when, because I've got glue, I've got a bit of wiggle room, and I'm going to flatten this out, and I usually put my stamping press on here. You have to remember I've put water on it, I've spritzed it, I've sprayed it, so it's got some water. It needs to have a chance. In fact, while I do the next bit, I'm going to just put this under my die cutting machine. Because it is much heavier, and it won't squash the cardboard or anything. The cardboard was fine. So while that's doing, if I can get into my foam pad drawer, so I need, I'm sorry Brian, I did use foam pads on the baubles. Only because I'm using them up. I could chop a bit of cardboard to go on there perfectly, but I do need a little foam pad for the ribbon because I can't get ribbon to stick with glue, or not the glue that I use. So I've got a piece of ribbon, and I'm going to make 2 loops, and I'm going to tie the 2 loops together, and then I'm going to pull the loops nice and tight, make it really quite small because this ribbon is 3/4 of an inch wide and the loops will be too big. So I do keep pulling them smaller and then pulling that tight. That's perfect. And then cut my tails and cut the other tail. Now normally I would leave the piece under my die cutting machine for about 10-20 minutes, but we haven't got that. I don't think even I could talk for another 20 minutes, but look, it's nearly flat. So it just needs a little bit longer under there and it'll be perfectly flat. But so I'm going to pop the backing off, place my bauble down, eyeball it so that I'm happy, then take my pokey tool and just catch just under, so just very slightly underneath for the bauble, and then pop the ribbon onto the foam pad. I do tuck the ends underneath just so that it helps keep them in place. If I get that one to go underneath, that's it. And usually the edge of the foam pad will just catch it. Now I didn't put glosses on any of the others, but I thought some silver gloss, no not silver, will have to be gold, won't it, because I've done gold. So we'll have one down the bottom, that's a big one, a medium sized one over there, and a medium sized one along the edge of the C, and then, oops, a nice little one, and a nice little one, and a medium sized one. Okay, Let's get those out of the way. So there is a purple one done with gold, polished gold and wilted violet, and I think it looks lovely. So I have another colourway to add to my gold. So I've got I've got a festive berries, and I've got a wilted violet, and I've got a prize ribbon. Don't they look nice? Let's move them up there a little bit. In fact, what I'm going to do, let's bring my table down, and then I'll have a bit more room. There, then I can show you. How many have I got now? So I'd have 10, won't I? So I'll need another one. So this one is felt tip pens, so clean colour. And then that is gold with barn door. And that is Kitsch Flamingo with silver. And that is picked raspberry with silver. And prize ribbon with silver. And wilted violet with silver. There you go, I've got 10 cards to send to people that I don't like much. Yeah, now all I need is another 49. I love that, Tracy. Brilliant. Right, bear with me. Let me just flip the camera. But I hope you're liking them. Am I seeing any hearts? I hope so. Right, bear with me a minute. Let me flip the camera. Because I know... Thank you. You don't really have to give me loads of hearts. Oh, to get my hair cut. Can't wait. Ah, dear. Right. So I haven't even been an hour. How quick was that, you see? God, everybody will be making these cards and sending them, won't they? Yeah, which is your favourite colour? So, is it wilted violet? Is it festive berries? Is it prize ribbon? Is it felt tip pens? Is it barn door? Is it Kitsch Flamingo? Is it picked raspberry? Not pickled, but picked. Is it prize ribbon with silver? Or is it wilted violet with silver? And is it polished silver or polished gold? You'd be happy with any of them. Yeah, if you tell me which colours you'd all like, then I can get rid of the cards, can't I? Brilliant. Okay, I just really want to thank you so much for all your support, especially this week. We have all had a fabulous time. Please don't forget that the collection is available from Dragons Papercraft, from Wow Embossing Powder, from Kate at the Mulberry Bush, from Jo and Mark at Let's Create, from Maximum Crafts, from Craft Bliss, Hixie Soft Crafts, The Art of Crafts, J Craft in Australia, and Simon Says in America. So please treat yourself. I know lots of you have, and thank you so much for doing that. And I can't wait to see all your lovely makes over in the Crafty Friends of Julie Hicks Designs. And don't forget, if you want, in fact, shall I show you how to find them easily on YouTube? Let me just get YouTube up on my computer. And it'll probably bring Marion up because I've been watching so many of Marion's videos. Right, if you put in the search Julie Hicks Designs, bear with me, let me flip the camera. Now I've sorted it. Okay, so you should be able to see that I've typed Julie Hicks Designs. And if you say yes, it will bring up a few things, and then I've changed it so we've got the logo now and not a picture of me. And hit the Julie Hicks and it will come up with the videos. If you hit playlists, it will then bring you up all the playlists that we've created. So we've got the Christmas crafting with the design team using Christmas Joy. We've got Throwback Thursdays. We've got creative, and I can't change the order of this, I'm afraid. Oh, well, I haven't worked out how, if you can. We've got Created by Tracy. We've got Die Cut Foilables. We've got the designer series from Philippa. We've got Philippa's Technique Tuesday. And if you click on them, The first one we'll start playing, but they're all listed down the side here. I can't put them in the right order, which I'm so cross about. I can't believe you can't reorder them. That you must be able to, but I can't find it. I should Google it. But they are all there, so you can sit and watch all of Philippa's. If you go back, if you want to watch the Christmas crafting and you click on this one, let's stop it before I talk. They are all listed here. No, I haven't gone into the... Oh, thought, who's that lady? Hang on. I need to go to the playlist. Yeah, that's right. Okay, hit my playlist and stop it. Oh, okay. So for some reason it's hidden it. You need to click on that side. Wow, that's different. Okay. I wondered who all those people were. Okay, but they're all listed here. So it tells you like Joe Street's and the date. So Tracy's, Philippa's, Hazel's and Joe's. And I will put mine up there as well later, probably over the weekend with a bit of luck. Okay, let's go back to my channel.
Good evening.
No, stop talking. Okay, so they are all there just as videos as well. So even if you just know which one you want to watch, they're all listed. I'm just really sorry I can't put them in a sensible order. Okay, so let me flip the camera again. So I hope that makes it easy for you. It's a much easier way to find things than sometimes on... Can I do the same for Pinterest, please? What, show you now? Donna, is that what you mean? I think it probably is. Right, bear with me. So let me flip my camera. Okay, so in my Google search bar up at the top, I do Pinterest. Okay, and that'll bring Pinterest up. So once I'm on Pinterest, I can go search and I can go Julie Hickey Designs. Oops. Okay. And hit yes. And then it comes up. So then you want to hit, I'm hoping this is right, you hit profile. Yes. And then, come on then, there we go. And so they are all there. So there's a board. Oh, you'll see all my secret things. I can't show you anymore. Okay, good job I hadn't done something. Yeah, so they're all there. So the different boards for all the different items. I can't go down anymore because I'm not sure what you'll see. Right, I'm coming out of that. Let's go back to Facebook. Oh, okay. Gonna got into serious trouble then. Okay, so I hope you've enjoyed the live. Thank you for your continued support. Are you asking about Marion? For Marion's, if you just put Marion Emberson, or you can put Sugar and Spice. Oh no, I think I put Marion Emberson. I think it'll probably come up better with Marion Emberson. Right, let's finish off properly. So thank you for your continued support. Thank you to the design team for all your hard work this week. It is really very much appreciated. And I will see you next week and let you know when I'm going to be on having a look through the cards and doing some giveaways next week as well. And then I'm going to read back through the comments, decide what we're going to call the gin along, and then decide when we're going to start doing that each evening. A very entertaining evening. I'm not sure if it was meant to be entertaining. Of course it was. Okay, have a lovely weekend, everybody. Let's hope we see a little bit of sunshine. I don't think we're going to tomorrow, which is such a shame because Owen and Emmy's cousins get married tomorrow in an outdoor wedding. Poor things. I really feel for them. Anyway, have a lovely weekend, everybody. And I will see you all again next week. Take care. Bye-bye.